Okay, today we're going to talk about surface area of a sphere. So when you think of your basketball or your soccer ball or your baseballs or your softballs, all of those sports that we play with sphere shaped balls, the amount of material it takes to cover those balls would be the surface area. Okay, I have a baseball here that I have peeled off I've unlaced it so you could kind of see. And so here's my insides of the baseball. And here's the skin of the baseball, or the surface area of the baseball. Okay, it's made up of two kind of figure eight looking things. It's kind of hard to show you why it works because the sphere has no flat sides, everything's curved. So that even this, laying it out flat, it doesn't totally lay flat because it's curved. But you can kind of see with this, and I'll show another example too, that the sphere, the skin is made up of, here's one circle, two circles, if I get this other one, three circles, four circles. The skin is made up of four circles, and I know that these aren't perfect circles, so it's kind of hard to imagine that, but the sphere of the surface area of a sphere is made up of four circles. I found a really cool YouTube video of a guy who took an orange, and I linked this video to that HyperDoc, so you can go look at it. And I encourage you to watch it. It's not very long, but it's good. And I took a picture of his ending video. But he had taken his orange and he had traced it 4 times, and then he peeled it in little pieces. If I can get the light to not glare on it. And he had put those little pieces, and you can see that those little pieces fit inside of 4 circles. Okay, so the surface area of a sphere is simply just made up of 4 circles. So I encourage you to go watch the orange video, and I also attached another link to a guy who does it a little more scientifically. It's kind of a long video, but you wouldn't need to watch all of it. But he uses computer to show you, and it was really kind of cool too. So I encourage you to go watch that too. So if the surface area of a sphere is made up of 4 circles, then finding the surface area of it shouldn't be too bad, because the area of one circle we know is pi times radius squared. Well, on a sphere, it takes 4 of those. So the formula to find surface area of a sphere is 4 pi r squared. If you still have your formula sheet from the last chapter, I encourage you to keep that formula sheet going. Surface area of a sphere, 4 pi r squared. This outside is made up of 4 circles. The area of one is pi times radius squared. How many of those do you need? 4 of them. And so now we're just going to use our formula, okay? So 4 is 4, pi is 3.14, times, now here I've drawn this sphere here, and I've given us the radius of 6 inches. So radius squared, so I'm going to do 6 squared, okay? So I will punch in my calculator 4 times 3.14 times 36, because 6 times 6 is 36. Where did I put my calculator? So I've got 4 times 36. I got 452 and 1600ths. Inches squared. Okay, that would be the area of the surface of a sphere. Okay, if I said, let's leave pi as pi this time and not use 3.14, which the older you guys get, the more and more you'll just use the pi symbol instead. So if I said, let's leave pi as pi, then I would just leave this pi symbol here. I would simply just punch in 4 times 36, and that would be 144 pi inches squared. These two are the same thing, it's just that on this one we went ahead and took it times 3.114, and here we're just leaving the symbol as the symbol. Okay? And let's look at one more. Okay, so the sphere that I've drawn this time, I gave us the diameter, and the diameter is 10. Now you got to remember the formula, which is why you should write it on your formula sheet. 4 pi r squared. Okay, so 4 times 3.14 times the radius. Well, if the diameter is 10, then the radius is going to be 5. 5 squared. So in my calculator, I'm going to punch in 4 times 3.14 times 25. 4 times 3.14 times 25. I got 314. It's weird that it came out perfectly nice. I'm going to try that again. 4 times 3.14 times 25. Yep, 314 is what I got. Okay, so I got 314. I'm in inches again, so inches squared. Okay, now if I would have said, let's not use 3.14, let's just use the symbol form of pi, again, we wouldn't have used 3.14, we would have just left the symbol here. And so then I would have just done 4 times 25, which is 100. And then I would have had the pi symbol, inches squared. Okay? All right. Good luck. I encourage you to go back and watch it again if you need to. Okay, go watch those other 2 videos that I linked. The orange one I thought was really good. Okay, talk to you later.